Now that I have your undivided attention, welcome to the Barber Maxi channel. I will be your instructor for today. Sit back, relax, grab a beverage. It's time to get fading.
All right. Let's get right to it. How's everybody doing? My name is Jesse Reyes. I'll be your instructor today. As you can see, we're going to be doing a skin mohawk. I'm going to be coming in with my zero from my X ergos. These are my gammas. I don't like starting my skin fades with the T-liners. I feel it's unnecessary to get that hard line out of there. This blade I got on it, I got the fast feed blade on these. This blade is pretty sharp. It basically skins him out, but it creates a soft skin line, which is easier to get out to erase. Filthy Blends does a nice bracket for this machine, and you can basically just adapt the blade to it. It's an excellent blade. We're gonna come back in with a detachable tool. I'm gonna take some of this bulk off. Make sure you fold the ear down. This is going to create your fade area. When we do our guideline with the zero, then we go in and we do our guideline with the two. We're debulking and we're creating our fade area at the same time. This is going to keep you from pushing your fades up, right? Same thing with tapers. When you do your zeros and then you do your twos, and you basically create your fade area, and that keeps you from pushing your fades up a little too high. That's most people's fear. And if you do it this way, then you don't have to have the fear of pushing your fades up any higher. All right, comb your hair back into place. And now you know that your fade has to be done within this bracket. Okay, we're gonna go on with our half, maybe a 2-3 centimeters. Not too much. Again, it's a compressed fade. Got to give ourselves some space to fade the entire fade. So we're gonna go in and just soften up the line that we did with the zero. As you can see, that line is practically gone. All right, not so much of the headache of having to erase that T-liner line. This is gonna save a lot of time. It's gonna save you a lot of stress from having to think, man, I gotta still take that T-liner line out of there. How am I gonna do it? Or it's not coming out. Or you end up with these shadows that you don't know how to take out yet. This saves you from a lot of that headache. And you can see, you're gonna see me probably hit a notch or two, just because I'm gonna go in there and do some detail work. Light hand impressions. You don't have to press hard, light hand impressions. And just clean real good. Make sure that when you pass in your guards, when you pass in your machine, for every number that you're doing, you're cleaning the area out very well. If you don't clean the area out well, you're gonna set yourself up for failure, because the next guard that's supposed to be blending that line in, it's gonna create another problem for you. So every time you go in, make sure you clean very well. You're gonna see me, look at this one. I'm going in with a 1 now. But as you can see, I'm cleaning my area very well. Even if I create another guideline, that's all right. That's what I want. I want to create another guideline so that I can come back and erase it. But it shows me that creating another guideline, I'm cleaning very well underneath. I'm doing what's meant to be done. Again, get your ear out of the way, bend it down, don't pull it. Give yourself some space to work. A lot of my students have an issue with working around the ear. It's fine. The customer isn't gonna say anything. Fold the ear down and just give yourself some space to work. As you can see here, I'm holding his skin. His skin has a lot of elasticity to it. So I'm holding it because the first time I passed the machine, it didn't pick up the hair right because his skin moved too much. So by holding his skin down, I can get underneath that hair and I can cut that hair well. All right, excellent. Now I'm gonna open up to my 1.5. I'm gonna do some nice soft strokes right there in the front where the hair's the thinnest. Okay, making sure that I don't go past that too. And then I'm gonna do some corner work, corner work, corner work. Learn your corner work. Corner work is super important to learn. Every time you're doing some curved lines, fades, you're gonna have to do a lot of corner work. If you're doing a taper, you're doing a curved taper, there's a lot of corner work. If you're doing these mohawks, it's a lot of corner work. You're working in an angle, so learn a lot of that corner work. Besides, whenever you have to go in and attack any clusters of dark hair, you need to do it with the corner of your machine, because the sides might be a good color, but that middle part, let's say, might be a little darker. You only want to attack that middle part, so you might just have to use your corners to get that hair out of there. All right, there we go. Nice and easy. Hold the skin down, kill the elasticity, and clean that hair. Not going up too high, because you don't want to go into that tool territory, but you want to make sure you clean that area real well. That's basically the last part for that top part of the fade. Now we're going to go on the bottom part, and we're going to grab our zero guard. We're going to start to clean that line out, soften that line out as best as possible. This might not take the line out completely, but it will soften it enough to prep it to come back and do some detail work, maybe with like the half. All right, there we go. Again, hand impressions are important as well. You're gonna see I'm gonna be able to play around with this guard. I'm gonna be able to go into that 1 territory and even that 1.5 territory. But when I go up there, I go in with light hand impressions. Again, this is a technique that is a little more advanced. I will be showing you in later videos how to do this technique properly. But watch it over, practice it, and get better at it. Okay? Light hand impressions towards the line. I'm gonna want to go a little tighter. I'm gonna go a little harder because I want to erase that line out of there. Towards the top part, when I'm going to that 1 or that 1.5, I'm gonna get off on the hand impressions, lighten up on the hand impressions, because I just kind of want to feather it in, just feather it in. All right. Just because there might be some little clusters of hair on the top that might be a little obnoxious that I want to get out. You see, I opened it up. When you open up that 0, you basically got a 1. So I can go into that 1.5 territory, into that 1 territory, just kind of play around with it. Close it up again, and I'm back down to that line again, attacking that line, trying to soften up that line as much as I can, prepping it, because I'm gonna have to come back in with the half. Because from the half to the 0, you usually get a very, very light shadow that is visible. You don't want to leave it there. It's very easy to get that shadow out. You're going to see how easy it is to get that shadow out once I'm done cleaning up with this 0 guideline. With the 0 guard, sorry, excuse me. As you can see, this fade is already coming in. This fade is practically already finished. Whatever's left to do is just detail work. You can see me doing a lot of detail work with this 0. All right, this is just we call it giving it color, you know, finessing. It's just a little detail work here and there. As you can see, the back, you can still see a pretty dark line in the back. Towards the middle of the fade, most of the line is already gone. You can see me holding the skin here again in the front to kill the elasticity of the skin, to be able to get in there and clean out real nice. All right. Now I'm gonna come back in with my half, and again, corner work, super, super important. Just gonna go in there. I'm gonna hit, you know, whatever clusters of hair I see that are out of order. I'm gonna go in there and just kind of attack them, and just get this fade looking nice and shiny. Perfect. Light hand impressions. You can barely see me touching the skin. Very light hand impressions. Look at that. Very light. Very light. Touch, move. Touch, move. Excellent. Comb your hair back down. Just detail work. Again, the more your eyes start to get better at seeing these shadows and seeing these lines, the more detail work you will be doing. Okay, for some of you guys, this fade might already be looking fine. For myself, I still have some work to do on this fade, and you will see where the fade ends up, you know, how it ends up looking. Give yourself time to develop your eyesight. Okay, excellent, perfect. There we go. Now we're probably gonna start attacking this top heavier line. I'm gonna come in there with my 3, and I'm just gonna feather the 3 around. I'm not trying to create another line for myself. I'm not trying to create another guideline, so I'm just gonna feather this 3 around. The hair is already long. We're gonna keep it long, and we're just gonna soften up that tool guideline that we left in there. Just soften up that guideline as best as possible. Right, comb the hair back into place. Feather that 3 around. Comb it back. Go back in again. Constantly comb your hair back into place. All right, your guards are basically combs. They're gonna comb the hair out of the way, comb the hair back into place, and proceed to pass in the machine again. And give your machine time to cut. All right. If for any reason you want to get that crease, you can see the 3 kind of made a guideline there. You can go on with your thinners, you can go on with your blending shears, just soften it up a little bit. The customer likes it. He likes to style the hair this way. He feels like the fade pops a little more when it has that crease there, so he asked me to leave it, so I left it. At another fades, I would definitely go in there with my thinners, and I would soften up that line there. I'm gonna go back in with my 1.5, and I'm just gonna do some detail work. After we did the 3, some shadows popped out, and I'm not gonna leave it like this. Obviously, I'll go back in with my 1.5, and I'm just gonna do some detail work. Again, light hand impressions. This is the territory of the tool guard, so I just want to kind of go in there and feather the 1.5 a little, just to soften up some of those shadows. It's not a line, it's a shadow. A shadow, all you have to do is just some corner work to it and light hand impressions, and you're in the money. As you can see, I'm just going in there with my corners, and I'm touching here, I'm touching there, I'm using my angles, and I'm just finessing. Fold your ear down, give yourself some space to work. A lot of my students have problem with working around the ears. All right, it's not too tough. Fold the ear down. The customer doesn't really care as long as you give him a nice haircut. Fold the ear down, work around the ear. It's better to fold the ear than to catch the ear with your machine by mistake. And there you have it. There's your skin fade. I'm going to come in with our T-liners. We're going to make our skin fade. I'm going to clean all this hair, this excess hair that's at the bottom that we left from before. And that's the skin part. As you can see, the T-line doesn't create any lines. It doesn't create any hard lines. You can even shave the hair with your foil shaver afterwards. It's totally up to you. Or if the customer wants it, throw your hairline in. Real nice and easy, real nice and soft. He's light skinned, so I don't want to go in there too hard. Some people got sharp T-liners. They'll start scratching people's faces up. And there you have it. There's your skin fade. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Put me a comment. Ask me whatever questions you need. I'll be more than happy to answer. If you need any future videos, definitely leave it in the comments, and I'll try my best to give you guys videos. There'll be a lot of content coming soon. Peace out.